Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, quiet. That's enough. This is a podcast by my dad and my uncle. They talk a lot about music, like a lot. So please sit back and enjoy. I think they are going to start in about 14 seconds.
Hi there. Welcome to a long-lost episode of BG's Broken Records.
It's been a while. I don't even know who you are across from me. It's been Rip Van Winkle. It's been so long.
5 weeks,
Yes.
kid. 5 weeks. And I know there's a couple people out there who have sent me a couple notes. Are you recording anymore?
What's going on?
And, well, I did a sabbatical. Gary did a sabbatical. The weather changed. There were locusts. Yeah. Tons of excuses.
Did you get that text I sent you from the plunge yesterday?
Oh,
35 degrees in my trough.
I got to get mine out of the shed and
So
fill it up.
flipping cold.
Oh, I bet
Feels
it is.
so good.
I bet it is. What did you pay Death for?
Well, I can't tell you. Then that's going to ruin the whole surprise.
Oh, man.
But I gave some money to
Man.
Death.
And they accept credit cards?
He does. My receipt had a little sickle on it.
That
Said,
is
thank you
sweet.
for shopping with Death.
Sweet. That's kind of funny. It's been a number of weeks since Gary and I have been mano-a-mano, and we are going to record. We're going to record 2 back-to-back, and we're going to pretend that one was recorded a week later, and I'm going to post it. So we are going to, because we went and saw a few weeks back, we went to see the band Fear
Oh, that was good.
at the Magic Bag with Negative Approach and the Stools.
Correct.
The Stools warming up. And I know we mentioned that in a previous podcast.
Right.
I was down at Found Sound Records the other day in Ferndale. You drinking ice in that cup there, kid?
Sorry, I didn't take my ice out before that.
So I'm at Found Sound, and I told Ray, I said, hey, hey, Bob, what's new? Oh, I went and saw, but I went and saw Fear. Yeah, and the Stools. He goes, they did an in-house concert for us 5 years ago. They sound great.
Nice.
I really like them. And I told him the story. I'm like, oh, we met the parents and we want to get them on the podcast. And then at the end of the night, I was kind of drunk and I handed him a card and said, hey, I'm going to call you. And Ray looked at me and goes, yeah, it probably didn't go over well. I'm like, no, not one bit. I'm going to find the kid, though.
We'll get him.
And we'll get him on here. We'll get him on here. So today we're going to talk about some hardcore music just because we kind of like hardcore.
Sure.
Can't do it as much as I used to, but I still
No.
dig it every now and then.
Absolutely.
Now, there's a few I could play all the way through, but we'll get into that in a minute. How about deaths? Have you hit, not that you're paying to keep away from it, but rock and roll deaths, anything. Besides Matthew Perry
Oh,
from Friends, boy, did he killed himself. I mean, not literally, well, literally and figuratively.
Are you really that surprised, though?
I didn't know he was an alcoholic and a drug addict and all this stuff. I don't pay attention to that stuff. If it's in people, forget it.
He seemed, his last couple interviews, he seemed fried.
Oh,
Like his speech, like his...
I didn't even look at those. Who else? There was another pop celebrity died young, and I can't remember who that was.
Well, not dying young, but if we're talking about celebrities who died recently, Suzanne Summers,
Oh yeah.
who made
Oh yeah.
a mint off the Thigh Master.
Oh yeah.
Always seemed, hey, that Chrissy, always funny.
That one really kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of our youth, man.
Oh.
I mean, Matthew Perry's not, but
No, Three's
Suzanne
come-
Summers.
Oh.
Next they're going to say Cheryl Ladd.
Don't, please.
Sorry. Roger Whittaker.
You just told me that. I'm going to have to tell my mom. She's going to be so upset.
Well, don't get your mom down. Okay, so I'm doing something I shouldn't do. I'm going to play a little Roger Whittaker.
Take me away.
Hey, do you remember this on Channel 50? They used to do the greatest hits, or they'd sell those greatest hits albums.
Oh,
Now
like-
listen, here we go.
The Kate.
Here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
There's a ship lies rigged and ready in the harbor.
Listen to those pipes.
Tomorrow for old England, she says,
All right. Okay,
far away.
enough Roger Whittaker. So that was for Steve C., who lives down in South Carolina. Says you should put music into your podcast, dude.
Well, there we go.
There we go, Roger Whittaker.
Wait
And
till
so-
the Roger Whittaker estate reaches out to a cease and desist from what the hell is this?
got one from Gene Simmons. I got one from Roger Whittaker.
Bob,
It's
how
like
much
bookends.
Roger Whittaker did we play?
Oh shit, 28 seconds. Okay. All right, so Roger Whittaker, Suzanne Summers, Matthew Perry. We talked about Bernie Mars. Do we mention Gary Wright, the Dreamweaver? I think we did. He played in Spooky Tooth. He wrote a couple. He was on
we
their first
did.
couple albums.
He was 80.
Yeah.
I mean,
his two songs were My Love Is Alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one. And Dreamweaver. Great songs. Can't play them all, guys, but we just had to get that Roger Whittaker in
Right.
there. Okay.
all right, rock facts. Hang on, I got to get these in before I forget.
Go.
Stupid rock facts. So, Dog Star, Keanu Reeves band, back on tour after 20 years. And I know every music fan out there was like, thank God they're back on tour. And do me a favor, people, go YouTube some Dog Star. That's all I'm going to say. OMD has a new album.
Yes, they do.
And
I think Depeche has got a new album out too.
Depeche is on tour right now. Someone asked me
Oh, they're coming to LCA.
if I wanted to go see them, and I was like,
I'd go.
T. Buddha wanted to see.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, if you go, I'll go. And all right, so then this is the last piece of worthless rock stuff. John Doe, lead singer of X.
Oh no! Don't tell me he's dead.
Oh no, he's fine.
Oh, good.
Have you ever listened to his solo stuff?
Love it.
It's great.
Love it.
Awesome. So in Rolling Stone, he recommended the 5 albums right now that you can't live without.
Oh, cool.
Number 1, Mose Allen sings Mose Allen, 1963. I looked it up. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Jazzy, if you know anything about Mose Allen. 1971, Joni Mitchell's Blue, of course. Elliott Smith, 1995. Elliott Smith.
Yeah. Great album.
Will introduced me to Elliott Smith.
Yeah. Dan too. Yeah.
Skating Polly.
I saw him one time down at St. Andrews.
Elliott?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. Skating Polly, an album called Chaos County Line. And the last one was The Sadie, Dark Circles from 2010, which is kind of pop punk. I'd never heard of the Sadies.
Okay.
Good stuff. But check out 1963, Mose Allen sings Mose Allen.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
All right.
That's all I have for worthless facts.
Okay, but you know what I'll do? I'll create a little list. So let me have that info when you leave.
Sure.
And then I'll create a little list. Now, usually we talk a little bit about rock and roll memorabilia for sale.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in the latest issue of Record Collector. Don't worry, we've got time. 6 Freddie Mercury auctions of his personal belongings and cherished items, all from his London home, raised nearly $40 million, and attendee Andy Rawle wanted it all. So listen to this. A world of his own auction saw the hammer fall at Sotheby's New Bond Street in London. You've been down there.
Mm-hmm.
On around 30,000 items in 1,400 plus lots. 5-day bidding in September saw 2,000 plus participants from 76 countries splash out 40 million pounds, not dollars, sorry. The first sale alone made 12 million pounds. Wow. 93% of the lots going over the estimate. Highlights being his Yamaha Baby Grand Piano, 1.7 million pounds.
Okay.
Handwritten lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody, 1.4 million pounds. Don't Stop Me Now lyrics, 317,000 pounds. Killer Queen, 279,000 pounds. Da-da-da-da-da. Stage Cloak and Crown, 635,000 pounds. Jackets, catsuit, rings, brooches, Wurlitzer jukebox.
I wouldn't mind having his crown that he used to wear on stage.
Guess how much he got for his mustache comb?
Please.
152,000 pounds.
Stop
I'm
it.
not going to stop it. It's true. 152,000 pounds for Freddie Mercury's mustache comb.
That's that's gross, man.
No. But what's better? It went for 250 times the estimate.
It just shows you the power of...
Okay, this mustache comb will go for 500 pounds. 152,000 pounds.
Now, how about the guy pricing things? What do you $50 for the for the mustache? What are you high? We can. Oh, I don't know. It's a mustache.
Have you been to Michigan lately? Because I heard that's the national
What
the
is
state
this thing?
flower
What are we going
now.
to do with this?
Oh, Jesus, that's good.
Wow. Okay. Hey, rock on.
Rock Okay, so we are going to get into punk rock. So let us start with this. We are going to play. Who are we going with first? There's three bands I want to talk about. Why don't we go in chronological order, which is the Detroit band first?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to play a song by a band called Death. Here we go. Play. No, sorry.
Whoa.
That's Roger.
Roger.
Sorry.
Listen to that, man.
That's some fat bass. Dude, I love this song. When I first heard this, I totally dug it.
Totally.
Okay, got to turn off right now. Okay, I don't want to go over the time limit.
Death.
Go for it.
1974, east side of Detroit, right on Lily Bridge and St. Jean, which is right over by the Jefferson Chrysler plant.
Yep.
Well, at least, I was going to drive by the house, but I didn't, and I think it's still there. But anyways, East Side guys.
So there's a documentary, 2012 it came out, and it was shown at the LA Film Festival, and it was very well received. It was about three brothers, David, Darren, and Bobby. The story of three brothers born to a Baptist preacher and his wife in the 50s Detroit. The mother ended up getting an insurance payout from a car accident, and she said to the boys, "You want to play music? Here's some money. Go buy some instruments." So one of the brothers so we went to Manny's Music. And I looked up Manny's Music. No clue where it was.
Okay.
No clue.
Have you watched the movie yet?
I watched the whole thing.
Oh, okay. I watched the beginning. Dude, I love the opener with Henry Rollins.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I don't think, so they had Henry Rollins, Alice Cooper,
Kid Rock.
I don't think any of them maybe Alice Cooper knew of them, but that's probably it.
Oh, totally.
Kid Rock even admitted I didn't know about him until somebody hit me to him back in the 2000s.
2009 when they came to light, kind of thing.
Yep. So they got the instruments. They went to Manny's Music. Bobby bought a Rickenbacker and a Fender bass. David bought a dual humbucker Telecaster, and Darren bought some Slingerland drums. And I only say that because I was looking at him like, oh, your first instrument's a Telecaster, and your first instrument's a 4002 Rickenbacker bass. I'm like, that's pretty
not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty styling, dude. So the mom would let him play in the house between 3 and 6 in the afternoon. And then after that, that was it.
Yep.
Shut the music down, right? So the neighbors would bang on the door to tell them to shut up, or the neighborhood kids wanted to get in.
Well, in that neighborhood, they've torn down a lot of houses.
A lot of stuff.
And back in the day, those houses they couldn't be closer together.
Exactly.
One after wood framed homes.
Oh, yeah.
Where it just
radiates.
There was no blocking that
Right.
sound.
So going to that point, when I was playing with Lop and Scott and Dan, we had a name, and when we get to the name of Death and Clive Davis, remind me about this, and I'll tell you what my thought was.
Okay.
But we're sitting in the back when they had that place on St. Clair,
Yep.
and all of a sudden, hello? Yeah, it's the police.
Oh.
Oh,
Hello, officer.
You're too loud. Well, we are half a block away from the city police station. So
Too loud compared to what? Compared to who?
Yeah, exactly. So I can imagine that sound coming out and going right next door. They're banging on the door. They ended up at that moment writing a song called "Keep on Knocking," which is this song. Literally wrote it right on the spot.
Talk about a bunch of artistes. It's a great tune.
See, I can listen to this a lot more than
This could have been created in 2023. Seriously.
Oh, for sure.
This is these guys. There's some timeless sound to their music.
But they only have 8 songs.
I know.
8 songs, right? So David, who was the lead singer and the main guy behind it, he was into the Coop, the Who, and Hendrix, and not Earth, Wind, and Fire. So if anybody out there doesn't know, Death is 3 brothers, black guys from Detroit, playing hardcore music. And back in the day, back in the late 60s, early 70s.
Would have been jazz, Motown.
Yeah, it was Motown or funk. Earth, Wind, and Fire, that kind of
And
stuff.
still, well, yeah, true. I guess jazz would have been more 50s, 60s.
But I think David went to see Hendrix and the Who
Yes.
at the Grandy, right?
yes.
So he would have been the odd man out at that show, right?
Oh, indeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
Like when Doug T and I went to see Stanley Clark at the Majestic, we were the odd guys out.
Well, it's like when you and I went and saw Al Green at
Oh
Masonic.
yeah. Oh yeah.
We were a little bit of the odd men out.
That's right.
Yes.
But that's cool.
That's dude, it's music.
Yeah.
What I love about doing these podcasts is learning things like, so the producer for Death was a guy, Don Davis, who came from producing Funkadelic. And when I first looked at that, I'm like,
Maggot Brain.
yeah, but I'm like, oh, Punkadelic or Funkadelic. I'm like, is that a different name for Parliament? Or I did not know Funkadelic.
They were two bands, right? Parliament
Two
and
separate
Funkadelic.
bands. Parliament was more on the funk side of things. Funkadelic was more politically charged. And basically, they took a back seat to Parliament, which I didn't know anything about Funkadelic.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah. So, anyways, hey, learn something new. Death, raw, nervy rock. I like that.
Whose description is that?
Wikipedia.
Oh, screw them. Okay, even though I use them. So Jello Biafra from the Dead Kennedys. Do you see this part of the documentary?
No,
Okay.
I just saw the very beginning. I
Okay.
didn't watch the whole thing.
So Biafra hears about them on some chat list, the song Politicians in My Eye. And he's like, I've got to get a copy of this. So there's a guy who's interviewing Biafra. His name is Ben Blackwell. He's the drummer for the local band, the Dirt Bombs in Detroit.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But he's writing a book on concert T-shirts. And he knows that Biafra is a huge collector of all rock and roll memorabilia. So he's interviewing him. Biafra tells Blackwell, hey, have you heard of this band? Oh, I never heard of them. They're hard to get. They only press 545s.
Oh,
500.
okay.
The guy looks it up on eBay, and they're going for $800 for a 45. And even Darren Hackney, the bass player, is like, somebody paid $800 for that thing. He goes, man, if I had one, I would have given it to the guy.
Right.
So then Blackwell he buys the 45 at Car City Records. So Car City Records gets them because a guy named Don Daz Swank,
Good name.
was a musician and artist who did the artwork for the 45, and they couldn't pay him. So they gave him 45s. So he had a bunch of them sitting around.
Oh,
So Ben Blackwell wants to get the song out. He makes copies and he sends it out, and it ends up with a guy who runs Chunklet Magazine /website, which is all about music. So he writes for Chunklet Magazine. One of Darren's boys, one of the brothers,
okay.
goes to San Francisco and is going to parties where they only spin cool, obscure music. And he said some friend, a woman of his, hears Death playing. You can't stop, and she can't stop talking about it. So she plays it for the son of Darren Hackney.
Oh, funny. This is how it happens.
So he hears it. He goes, "That's my dad's voice." He calls up his dad and he said, "Hey, Dad, were you in a band called Death?"
He didn't even know?
No, he didn't even know. So the two brothers left and went and did Lamb's Bread. So they started doing reggae, religious reggae. They were
Yep.
like an early striper
Yep.
with reggae, right?
Nice.
Good pull. Yeah. So the dad thought he meant Lamb's Breath. And he's like, no, a band called Death. And he was like, holy shit, you heard about that? So then Robert Manis, who's a record collector, he found out about it. And then he contacted Drag City.
Right. Out of Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
But back up a minute, though. Before all of that, Clive Davis it finds them in.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
From Columbia Records. I didn't. So was
Columbia and Arista.
and I didn't have the year. Was it 74, 70?
It was 74.
Okay, so he finds them and basically just says, hey, I like your sound and everything, but we got to change that name. Nope. And he's like, and then,
Excuse me?
and then go ahead. And Clive at the time is signing Springsteen.
Santana, Janis Joplin, all these guys.
We're not changing our name.
name.
So this is almost like Finding Sugarman kind of thing.
Well, I wrote that down. It's like those two films. The Story of Anvil. Did you ever see that one? About that heavy metal band out of Canada?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Great film.
Yep.
And then it reminded me of Searching for Sugarman too.
So after we're not going to change our name, they went over to Connecticut and stayed with their their half brother.
Yep.
Were in New England.
What? No, way up in northern New Hampshire.
Dot for decades.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a temporary thing, and they were there for 30 years.
Right.
And so anyway, so go ahead.
The guy doesn't want to switch their name. Clive Davis could have put him on the map. You just got to change your name, Death. So David, who was the driving force, said, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Okay. I know what it's like to be in a band where you don't like the name. So when I was playing with Dan and Scott and Bob wanted to keep calling us FUXLED. Hold your ears, kids. Fuck sled. Right? Okay. No. I'm like, I'm not going to be.
It's just not going to play in Middle America.
It's not going to play in the posh suburbs of Detroit.
It's not going anywhere in Oklahoma, okay? We're not going to move it in the Bible Belt.
Right, exactly. So then all of a sudden, this Robert Manis guy says, I want to get this stuff printed. They come back to Detroit. The flippin' masters are still sitting in an attic. In a box on Lillibridge.
Dude, unreal.
But here's the thing. They're in an attic, which is almost uninsulated, and it's been sitting there for 30 years in the heat, in the cold, in the heat, in the cold.
Think about it. Summers, it's probably 120 in there.
In the winters,
it's
minus 20.
It's up and down, up and down.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So in 2000, David, the lead singer, died.
Died of lung cancer, yeah.
Yeah. He gave the masters to his brother and said, hold on to this. Somebody is going to come find you for it one day. And he looked at him and he's like, uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
Put him back up in the attic at his house. I'm kidding.
No, but
slid him under his bed.
No,
and
but
said,
that's
okay.
crazy. Somebody did come back and say, I wanted him.
2009.
Yeah.
That was the whole
That was incredible.
Drag City out of Chicago. It was basically David Koretsky and Dan Osborne. And, you know, it's funny on a side note. So Drag City production established in 1990. I went and took a look at and listened to some of the artists that they've signed. Bonnie Prince Billy. It's a guy.
Heard of him.
Good.
Heard of
stuff. Mellow, kind of poppy, trippy. Bill Callahan, Joanna Newsom, and then the Silver Jews. All pretty good stuff.
Hey, come on. Let's not get into politics here.
But out of their artists, the Bonnie Prince Billy and the Silver Jews, I would highly recommend. Trippy, poppy, mellow, good stuff. So, all right, sidebar.
See if I can find it.
Back. So that was 2009 that Drag City got them back on the map.
Right. So then Kid Rock hears about him.
Right.
New York Times writes an article about him.
2010, they played South by Southwest.
And they interviewed Elijah Wood, who is the main actor in all those Hobbit films. You know, the guy with the blue eyes?
Yeah.
He's the CEO of Simeon Records, and they're talking to him about it. And I was like,
I saw that in the
shit.
beginning of the, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why are they talking to this kid?
Right.
I did. Okay.
So Joey Ramone's brother tracked down Death
Okay.
and said, I want you to play at the annual Joey Ramone birthday bash. And they were like, I don't know if I can do it. My brother's not here. So it was the bass player and the drummer who were still alive.
Right.
They said, how are we going to pull this off? So they got their guitarist from Lamb's Bread.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the 8 songs. And the guy's like, I'll do it if you guys don't mind me standing here with you on stage. And they did. And they've toured. You know, they get 162,000 listeners per month on Spotify now.
Yep.
Which is totally cool. It is a Searching for Sugarman story.
100%.
If you haven't seen The Story of Anvil, it's a documentary on a heavy metal band.
I remember watching that. Yeah.
And the ending is just unbelievable. And they put out albums since. So that's another good one to watch.
2010, played South by Southwest. 2011, Drag City releases a collection of outtakes. Spiritual metal physical is what it was called. 2014, Death 3 compilation of tunes from 75 to 1990. And it was their final sessions with David.
Yeah.
Hackney. And then 2015 was New Death. Brand new material featuring
New Death. Death Reborn.
Kind of funny, New Death. Replacement guitarist Bobby Duncan.
Yeah, Bobby Duncan.
And I'm sorry, I missed 2012 was when the movie came out, band called Death.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Incredible story.
8 songs, and here we are, the end of 2023, and we're talking about them. But they were the precursor to Bad Brains,
Correct.
another all-black, hardcore punk band, which, you know what? I hear the name bandied about all the time. I own no Bad Brains.
I do not. I tried to call a guy I used to work with, Jim, and we played phone tag. Biggest Bad Brains
Really?
fan. He was like, we'd be talking.
Oh, man, we should have gotten him on this.
I think we'll bring him on. He was like crazy hardcore punk skateboarder back in the day. He's probably a little younger than us. And I didn't get a hold of him because I wanted an official statement from a Bad Brains fan. and it didn't happen. So anyway, are we segueing into Bad Brains now?
What do you think?
Okay, yeah, let's
Bad Brains go.
Bad Brains studio.
Okay, now I have to splice that cough out.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, come on,
just-
ice cubes,
I know,
coughing.
now that you're talking, now I'm just gonna. There we go. Now I don't have to be
There's
careful.
nothing left in
I-
there.
but it's just-
I've got it now. I'm taking it away from him.
But it's just that espresso, watery ice cube part. Debut studio album 1981. Really did not know a lot about Bad Brains back in the day, and we didn't know each other that well. But during the hardcore, Jodie Foster's Army and Germs and
Black
Fear,
Flag, Circle
Black
Jerks,
Flag,
all that stuff.
I had heard of Bad Brains.
Don't forget Secret Hate.
Oh, I didn't know Secret Minor Threat.
Well, you got Dead Kennedys. I mean, come on. What an album.
And I had heard of Bad Brains, didn't know anything about them. Pretty badass, out of DC. And again, a bunch of black guys playing hardcore punk. And some of their tunes, whoa. Basically 9 studio albums. Pretty much, well, they started out as Mind Power.
Mine, yep.
From 76 to 79 became Soul Brains. 90 or 01. Oh, I'm sorry. 98 to 01.
There was a lot of in and out.
Correct.
They had probably half as many members as Jethro Tull at 38. But they played funk, they played heavy metal, they played hip hop, they played soul, and Rolling Stone magazine, which we love, called them the mother of all black hard rock bands. Remind me about their 250 guitarists
Okay.
list.
Well, you know where
Maybe
they got
we'll talk about that next week.
you know where they got their name, don't you?
Yeah.
From the Ramones. They got their name from
Oh,
the
Bad
song.
Brains. Oh, yeah.
Bad-
I thought you meant the magazine Rolling Stone.
No.
Okay.
The Bad Brains. They got their name from Bad Brain, the Ramones song.
Right. So supposedly, numerous artists cite Bad Brains as artistic influence on their music, including, listen to this, Beastie Boys, Nirvana, Foo Fighters, Guns N' Roses, Soundgarden, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jane's Addiction, Faith No More, Rage Against the Machine, Deftones, Clutch, Detroiters, Green Day, Offspring, The Roots, Lamb of God, No Doubt, Anthrax, Living Color, and Fishbone. Wow.
Okay, stop right there. Have you ever seen Fishbone?
No.
I saw him warm up for Parliament with Carrie about 3 years ago or so.
Where'd you see Parliament?
It was at
That place.
the place on 16. Gosh darn it! I saw Frampton there, and I saw Tears for Fears.
Oh, Sterling Heights.
Correct, but
Some amphitheater.
correct. It's like a mini pine knob. Holy smokers! Freedom Hill.
Freedom Hill. Thank you very
Oh my god!
How much of that?
Getting old is a bit. You're gonna have to do some big editing there.
Yeah,
man.
I'm going to have to splice out a lot of that stuff.
But the band Fishbone, they are incredible. Absolutely incredible. Funk. Good stuff.
So here's the thing with the Bad Brains, looking into it. So they gained a fan base in D.C. They moved to New York City in 1980, and they would play CBGBs, right?
They were like the house band.
82, but 82, I mean, everyone's already broken. You know, the Ramones have broken.
Yeah.
Talking Heads have broken.
Television.
Blondie, they're
Yeah.
all gone by 82.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was more really 76, 77
Yeah,
to
76,
80.
77.
Yeah.
So Dr. No, who is in the band, said, we played CBGBs every friggin' night.
Yep.
The whole Sunday matinee thing came from us. When we first played, nobody was there. It's like, who are these dankety danks? And we're in their face killing it. We got a weekend day, and then a little buzz started happening, da-da-da-da-da. And then they cut their self-titled debut, which included this song. Come on, play.
Listen to that.
Go for it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I like it.
Not bad.
So that's Band in DC, which was their biggest hit.
Well, and rolling through the members original, HR, Dr. No, Daryl, Jennifer, and Earl Hudson, HR, who is actually Paul Hudson, but HR stands for human rights.
Okay. All
And
right.
that's
But they did. Sorry about the noise of the piece of paper I'm flipping over. So they did that album in '82, which came out on cassette only, and they followed in '83 with "Rock for Light," produced by Rick Ocasek from the Cars, which I think is crazy.
Rick Ocasek did so. You should look at his producing credits.
Well, it's like him and Rundgren.
Yeah, unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So in '86, Bad Brains signed to SST and released "Eye Against Eye," which is this song. Sounds much different.
That's kind of good shit right
It is
there.
kind of good shit.
I
Hey,
do like this,
hey.
though, 1979.
Hold on, I got to say something. Hey, Steve C. down in South Carolina, can
Yeah.
you get me a discount on a lawyer when I get sued for using all this music?
Oh, yeah.
Because we have just under 2,000 plays
Look
and
at
70
us.
and 74 listeners, but we're starting to drop out because we're not recording enough, Gare.
Well, we're remedying it today, so please don't go anywhere, people. Just
Subscribe and send it to
right.
somebody.
We can't be on the road all the time. We need to take a break once in a while.
Well, you know what's interesting is there's something new on Spotify, which is where we post our stuff.
right?
We've made 4,300 impressions. So when people are searching for stuff, our podcasts come up 4,300 times.
Look.
Now, I don't know if people listen to it. Now, do you know how many spins we had yesterday?
No.
1.
Okay, it's not zero.
Was that you?
No,
It wasn't me.
no, it wasn't me.
Sweet.
No, yeah. Woo! Someone we
right.
don't know.
dig it. Okay, so we are in 87. They do Eye for Eye, and then it kind of went back and forth. The two brothers, HR and the Hudson brothers, they would quit and they'd come back, and they did it a lot.
HR got some health issues, some bad headaches, some
Yep.
mental.
It said he would fail to show up for concerts
Yep.
or recording sessions, which sounds like who's the guy from the Temptations? David Ruffin.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm David Ruffin.
Sounds like Axl Rose.
Oh, God, Axl Rose. Former Faith No More member Chuck Mosley took over on lead vocals. And then I do actually have a copy of this. Henry Rollins and Bad Brains doing a cover of Kick Out the Jams.
No shit.
Oh, yeah.
You got a copy of that?
Yeah. One of my, on a computer disk, because it was one of my downloads from Napster. Sorry, Lars.
Kick Out the Jams, Henry Rollins, and
with
Bad Brains.
backing him up.
How did that sound?
Flipping awesome.
Oh, dude, I got to hear that sometime.
Maybe I can find it. They did a bunch of stuff back and forth, played with, they influenced Living Color, who we were going to talk about, and Fishbone, which you said you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I like their stuff. Man, and the Beastie Boys took them under their wing at the end, too.
9 albums, 4 live albums, 2 compilations. I was surprised when
But I think they're still going around.
HR is still, I think there might be a split, but I was surprised they had 9 original albums.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can find that song.
Village Voice, 1982, about Bad Brains. Turn a fusion band into hardcore profiteers, and you end up with fast, heavy metal. Yep.
Don't have much more.
No,
Okay.
I think that's good. And we're going to future broadcasts have a guy, again, Jim, I used to work with, who is the biggest Bad Brains fan I've ever met. And I really haven't met any Bad Brains fans.
He'll be bummed out that we kind of gave him the short shrift on this one, but I'm telling you.
We'll bring him back.
No, but
we'll,
think
we'll
of-
bring him, I mean.
But here's the thing that I totally dig about these guys. Death, all black, right? Playing music that nobody's even listening to yet. They were hardcore before it was hardcore. Then Bad Brains comes out of the same, Washington, D.C., all these hardcore bands. It's like the average white band. They're all white, but they're the funkiest band from Scotland, right?
Funniest name ever.
If you see, they're playing tomorrow night at Orchestra Hall. I mean, they might all be 80 years old, but still, they're still playing.
Funny.
Yeah. That's what we've got today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the splicing of the music. I think we're going to take off. And
Wait, are we good?
Are we good?
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Any more notes?
Nope.
Any more of this? Any more of that?
Nope. All good.
Little of this, little of that?
I'll just say, see ya.
All right, people. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Forward this to somebody. Subscribe. We'll be back next week with a discussion on two musicians and where are they now.
Correct.
People, it's sunny somewhere. Be optimistic.
See ya.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hey,
There we go.